Hi, guys. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It's time for school, and I hope you guys are ready. We're all about GameStop. You guys know the channel. You guys know what we invest in and why we do it. We love the stock. Don't really care about the squeeze too much. It's more about fundamentals of the stock and the company and how they're growing. And I want to talk to you guys about a certain stock that took off today. If you guys are looking at Tesla, it's here on the screen. There's a couple of things I'm going to point out to you that you guys should be aware of and what moves the stock and the way it moves and the patterns that it moves. A couple of things I want to talk to you about. First is this. Let's go back to this date over here. I believe the date is August the 11th of 2020. The stock price was at 283.34, 84. I'm sorry, which is actually around $1,200, $1,300 a share at the time because it was a 5-to-1 split. On that day, Tesla announced that it would be splitting their stock 5-to-1. It was announced that day. It didn't get complete until about the 28th to 31st in that range. So it ran from the day that it got announced over here. It ran all the way up. And it ran up and had a good run. Good rip. In all actuality, it ended at $500. It went to $2,200 that day. That is before it got split. It then split all the way down to $444 a share. That's where it was. But it was 5-to-1 at that point. Now, we're going to run. Now, this is great times, okay, to be a part of Tesla. This is all last year, by the way. This is not like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. This is very recent. The reason why I tell you is look at the patterns, okay? I want to take you over here to this date right here. The date I have on there is December 18th. That's a Friday. December 18th, 2020. It was announced that Tesla would be going into the S&P 500. I remember this day. You remember this day. This is the day that all the volume came over. The volume came to the stock. It was not a dormant stock anymore. It was a straight rip city from this point moving forward. Look at the volume. Look at the candle, the huge green candle here. Amazing amount of volume that day. I believe it was over 210 million shares traded back and forth. Now, as it runs up after that, all the way through it, that's when Tesla hit its all-time high of 900 and some change. 904, 906, whatever it was. Guys, this is where everyone's telling you. 5-to-1 split. It's a $4,500 stock. What an amazing run. Yes, got attacked all the way back down. Trying to just come right back to where it was initially before it took off. But back in May, it actually touched 565, 552, that range. This stock has continued to run from here all the way to an all-time high today of $1,045, aka $5,000. Okay? On that 5-to-1 split, that's what you're looking at. Now, I know it gapped up today. And I know that we have to come back down, technically, and come back and fill this gap at 910. I don't know if it's coming back tomorrow. I don't know if it's coming back next week. But this stock has took off and it's running. Now, what are the announcements, guys? Great announcements, right? You have Hertz signing a deal where they're going to buy 100,000 cars, Tesla vehicles. Why does that matter? Well, it matters to me in a couple of ways. The way I've been telling you via everything that I know from what I do for a living, fuel is increased at every gas station by 80% essentially. From the non-traveling of last year and it being a COVID year, you're now looking at it full frontal. Oil, all-time high. I told you guys. Now EVs making a push. This is a real push for you. Tesla is a profitable company or a real company at this point, and it's taking off because they're allowed to talk, because they're allowed to put out the good news. So that's why I'm happy for everyone who has these calls. I doubt many people still hold shares other than the institutions or big traders out there, people that can really swing it. And why? Because you made your profits way back here in January, and then along the way, you've been taking and making. I know this love-hate relationship of this past 9 months, but I promise you right now, everyone's excited for this. And for me, I'm still waiting for it to come back down. I'm still not touching this stuff, right? I'm not touching this stock. I'm just making that clear. But the RSI is running so high, over 90, that at that point, it is too hot. It has to come back down, and it will. So I just want to let you guys know it's not this phantom thing. Tesla's never had a day like it had today. Never in the history of histories has it ever ran that hot, that high, $140 from open to close. It's never happened. Now, and I'm talking about the peaks, of course. It ended at 115 bucks up. But it's never happened. So guys, hey, there's time for everything. Why do I even talk about this? Can I show you why? Well, one, I wanted to point out the fact that the biggest day in Tesla's world was the fact that it had crazy amount of volume when it got announced into the S&P 500. That's something I really want to pay attention to. Next, they're able to make announcements right here, like this, on open platform, in social media, on news, everything. So they're able to make announcements. S&P 500, stock split. Recipe for everything. Well, what do I think about GameStop? Anybody know? One, GameStop has no announcements. I could do it on this one. I can type it right in for you. Remember, guys, one take session. I don't edit anything. Everything's here for you. GameStop's still within the biggest wedge of your life. You know what it is. I love it. We're going to be here until what? November 11th, November 14th. And that's not even a real day. It's just my birthday. That's just the way we're going to cut it. But if we can get out of here on GameStop, get out of this wedge and start breaking them. Remember this. Look at this, guys. No announcement. No news. No stock split. No anything. This is nothing but sheer buying and selling, and straight manipulation. So when this actually all comes out and we start talking again and we start having volume, where's all this volume that we had over here? Where is it now? It's not here. We have zero volume on the stock right now, guys. So I'll wait for the day that the NFT platform gets released. I told you I'm going to treat it like iTunes. I think it's going to be something crazy. I think we're going to be able to really do transactions digitally on the blockchain technology that they're developing right now. I think it's the biggest thing happening that no one's talking about. It's an unspoken truth. It is the big secret, and it's out there if you read between the lines on everything. Keep buying whatever you guys believe in. But for me, I'm happy for Tesla to watch it run. But what I'm telling you guys is when you can do a stock split, when you can make announcements, when you can tell them you're going to be in the S&P 500, all the things that we can't do yet, we're muzzled. Let us break free. You let this dog loose, we're going to eat. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Oh, yeah, it had a good day today.